Biafrans fought for self-survival and against annihilation. Some 50 years after the Nigerian Biafran War ended, Chief Jasper, a veteran journalist who was one of the youngest soldiers on the Biafran side, narrated his experience to Magnus Eze, describing the war as that of resistance, vengeance, and self-survival. Biafra has continued to re-echo over 50 years after. What does Biafra mean to you? Taking a reflection of the hostilities that bedevilled the Nigerian state and the eventual emergence of Biafra in the later 60s, I remember with considerable thought Biafra as a country that was a home theater of horror, where scores of thousands of even civilian casualties were recorded. Biafra is a country that was Biafran, named after the bight at the shores of the Atlantic. In my mind, was one of the greatest nations in Black Africa that was destined to be, but unfortunately could only survive for 30 months. Biafran resurrected indigenous scientists, inventors of sorts, military marshals, and tacticians. Remarkably, the War of Nigerian Biafra was a pitiable spectacle. The Ojukwu Biafran slogan was to preserve Biafra, to maintain the freedom of the Midwest, and to liberate the West, a task that must be accomplished. This was against Nigerians' Gowon chant of "to keep Nigerian one is a task that must be done." So Biafra was a people fight for self-survival and against annihilation at that time. Used to believe in the cause. The Biafran cause is varied. As a cause against oppressive forces, yes. As a cause for equity, yes. But as a country in a country, no. I say vehemently no, because all through history, it is impossible for a country to claim sovereignty while it is within the full government of another. To me, those agitating in the name of MASOP or IPOP should rather transform to movement for the actualization of a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction and proper restructuring of the country to the advantage of the Igbos. Most of the principal actors of the two movements never knew about the Biafran War, even the events that led to it, how it was executed and how it ended. Those of us who participated as young officers of the Biafran army would have a clearer belief of the Biafran cause. So all these things we hear from young people today, to me, are mere noise. You can't actualize Biafran by shouting, worshipping one man and closing down businesses in the name of sit at home for Biafra. I agree that Biafra is like a religion, but not the kind of agitation we are seeing these days. How were you enlisted into the army in view of your tender age? It was indeed to me adventurous. I saw the Biafran Nigerian War as a war of resistance, vengeance, and self-survival, and so I voluntarily opted to make that patriotic and heroic sacrifice by joining the army. In Biafra, the underaged were also recruited into the military service, although my own case was, so to say, special in the sense that at the breakout of hostility in the north in 1967, those of us in the secondary schools were ordered to go home and the educational institution shut. Then I was at the St. Enda's Secondary School, Iyemago, now Iboko Boys in present-day Ebonyi State. Back home at Afikpo, I joined trainees at Government College Afikpo, where a certain expatriate groomed us in military tactics of sorts. At that time, the war had broken out. Later, I joined the Special Home Brigade trained by Captain Dominic Nwobodo, who later was the Green Eagles captain in the late 70s. This special brigade prepared us as guerrilla frontiers, but was not regarded as the regular military force the day Afikpo town fell to the federal troops. I was far away at Apiampum in the Cross River State area when I was detailed to accompany 6 wounded troops to Mata Miscordia Hospital, since I knew the place well. On reaching the Amasiri Afikpo junction, one Brigadier Amadi ordered our vehicles to head to Nguzu Eda, where the Biafran Red Cross Society and the makeshift military aid station were relocated. Thank you for listening to this news. Wow. Well, it's a very touching story anyway, but I will advise that there is no need to give up, because what you're actually trying to say now is like you're encouraging the young Biafrans of today to give up to the struggle. No, you are the one that said that Biafran fought for freedom. They fought for self-survival and against annihilation. Despite all the fights, are you not saying that they should give up all of those things that they have fought for and continue remaining a slave to those that massacred the Biafrans in 1967? Have you forgotten how the little young ones struggled to survive when they were starved? Have you forgotten all of this? Yes, Biafran war is nothing, is not what one would pray to experience, but at least let us make them know that we are aware of all that we went through, and let them grant us that freedom, so that we will know that it is what we are able to achieve after how many years of fighting. So, my fellow Biafrans, as you have listened, please don't be discouraged by Jasper's statement. You understand? Instead, you should be motivated and remain absolute and focused. Don't be distracted. The end point is Biafran freedom, and that is what must be actualized. Thank you for listening to this news. So please, my viewers, I don't know if you have anything to say. Deem it fit to leave them below the comment box. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.